So you want to know what's going on in the Austin real estate market? Well, the numbers for September of 2023 have just come out, and we're going to talk about those. And we're going to do that right after this. This is Living in Austin. My name is Jeff Miller, residential real estate specialist here in the greater Austin area. And today we're going to go through the September numbers for 2023 that just came out. We're going to talk about what the Austin market looks like for housing, and we're going to talk about what it's going to look like for the rest of the year. Everyone thinks they know because they hear stories in the news, they read stuff on social media. Everyone has an opinion, but the most important thing to look at are the numbers, because the data tells you what you need to know. All right, before we look at the numbers, do me a favor. Click that subscribe button down below and ring that bell. That way you'll get regular updates from me on everything living in Austin, from real estate to lifestyle. All right, so we look at the numbers today. I thought what we'd do is I will just share my computer screen and you can see what I see. And I will tell you, I haven't looked at September numbers as a month yet. Obviously I do the daily numbers, but I haven't looked at them as a month yet. So I'm going to be looking at it for the first time with you, and we'll walk through it and have a conversation. And let's do that right now. All right, so here we go. Sharing my screen with you all here. We are in the Texas Realtors Market Viewer. This is where we go to get our updated information. Real quick, I'll do the drop-down menu. I'll find the Austin Board of Realtors. Yeah, we'll do the metro area, which covers basically everything. They call it Austin Round Rock, but it covers everything. We're doing monthly. We're looking at September of 23. All right, so let's take a look. So right here, the median price is $452,000. That is down 4.3% from last year at this time. So a small drop for sure. And remember, this is September of 2022 compared to September of 2023. So we've had a 4.3% drop in the median home price. Closed sales have had an 18% drop year over year. Active listings have had a 7.8% increase, and months of inventory are at 4 months of inventory, which is up 0.9 of a month year over year. So let's look at a couple of these. So the big one that jumps out to me is closed sales. Closed sales is down 18% year over year, but let's take a look. We can actually hover over that, and it shows us a graph. If you look at this graph, it goes all the way back to 2015, and it shows you the trend, basically up and down. And if you look at that, it makes a lot of sense when you look at where we're at right now. You see that trend, we're at the bottom of the peak, but if you look at the years, there's lots of ups and downs based on the course of the year. So I guess I'm not as surprised. Obviously, with what we saw in 2021 and 2022, it does make sense that there's a big drop in closed sales, and with inflation and interest rates, but not necessarily trend-wise is it that shocking. So active listings, yeah, active listings are up 8% again. If you look here, active listings bottomed out. Otherwise, if you go back to 2015, you see up and down, up and down, up and down. And then active listings almost went away because there was so much purchasing between 2020 and 2022. Big drop, but with inflation, right, and with interest rates, you see the active listings have climbed back up. Not much higher than they were, say, 2018, but definitely a little bit on the higher side. And what else can we look at? Months of inventory is going to be the same thing. Lots of ups and downs. I'm going to say that when we look back at this time historically, 2020 through 2022, we're going to see that as kind of the anomaly, because if you look at everything else back to 2015, very similar ups and downs. So I feel like that's the anomaly, and what we're seeing right now is a rebound effect from that anomaly. And when you look at the median price year over year, yes, it has climbed steady. Obviously, it climbed dramatically in 2020, 21, 22, and it's gone back down to probably more of where it should be. And also looking at days on the market, 65 days on the market. Obviously, when we were at the peak of COVID, houses were selling so fast, they would get on the market and they'd go to contract literally the first weekend in most cases. So now we're back to a little more normal, and you take days on the market and days to close, you're at 100 days from when the house goes on the market to when the house closes. So what do you think? What do those numbers tell you? Do they tell you what you thought is going on in the Austin real estate market? Do they tell you what you think is going to happen in the real estate market? What do you think is going to happen in the real estate market for the rest of the year, or even next year? You can go and comment down below and just let me know your thoughts. I think in the bottom line with real estate, there's always going to be people who need to sell homes. There's always going to be people who need to buy homes, right? The rates will fluctuate up and down over the course of years. If you have to buy when the rates are higher, you know the prices will be lower. And then of course you can refinance when the rates get lower, which of course will mean the prices will get higher, so you'll gain equity. If I can answer any questions for you, if you need help in the Austin real estate market, buying or selling, do me a favor, reach out. My contact information is right there, and you all take care.